like to wait till 6 seconds because it cuts me off sometimes. Welcome, Lauren Pritchard, doing this little energy update. It is a full moon, so the energy is like enhanced, higher energy. And the best way to describe it, it's like it feels like in history repeats itself. So it really feels like that moment in during World War II where Hitler was about to invade Germany. But you need a little backstory here to understand like this soap opera that World War One and World War II is. And then here we are, World War III. Like history repeats. Like the soap opera is like the same repeated saga, except we are a little bit more advanced, more enlightened, and it's a different world than it was back then. More connected. You get it. But yeah, it's like the energy that we're sitting in America, at least, is like very metaphoric of World War II Germany. And then just also like the karma of the whole situation is so interesting. So, Kaiser Wilhelm was the emperor of Germany. Like people probably don't register or think about it. Hitler was not like some duly elected official. Hitler was not the king of Germany. No, Kaiser Wilhelm was the emperor of Germany at the time of Hitler's invasion during World War II. And interestingly, about Kaiser Wilhelm and his hand in World War One, leading into World War II, by the way, the World War One never ended. Like I still very much feel a victim of Aryan genocide carried over from World War One. That's why, there's a lot of gang stalking and witchcraft. It's aimed at the Jews or the Satanists in World War One. They were trying to kill all the Aryans, which is like what we are, Aryan Nazis, like good guys, basically. And they successfully did like huge Aryan genocide, World War One. So the Jews were running wild, going crazy, just power hungry and excited about, like, oh, we killed Jesus yet again. So they think, okay. And this is a very anti-Semitic video, by the way. Sorry about you. Like, as things are creeping forward, yeah, the Jews that call themselves Satanists, like, yeah, dude, yeah, anti-Semitic, yeah, your Messiah is coming. Don't worry. Don't worry. Your Messiah is coming. It's the Antichrist. Don't worry. Those Jews I can handle. The Satanists who pretend to be Jewish, I can't handle them. And most of their personalities are, like the females are really bad personalities. Just completely at odds with the spirit in me. It is. It's like in the end, it's going to be God or Satan. Like your heart is for God or your heart is for Satan. And you just like mesh with people who have the spirit of God, and you just cannot even, you can barely communicate with people that have sold out for Satan or their Quran or their Talmud, right? Their Antichrist religion, their Jewish religion, like anti-Messianic Jewish. Like, it's like, no, you didn't adopt Satanism, but you consciously denied Christ, right? You consciously denied God. And whatever. It's a karmic time in the world. I was listening to, what was it, the Born Again Barbarian here on YouTube, and he did a video today, and in it he was saying, like, Book of Revelations is for the Jews. Book of Revelations is not for the believing Christians. It's for the Jews. It's like a warning. It's like a final warning, right? And then it's the promise to the believing body of Christ, right? The obedient body of Christ. And he said that the devil wants to twist it, right? In this final hours, the enemy wants to twist it. Like, oh, Christian, you better prove how good you are. You better keep proving yourself to God because the book of Revelation, no, book of Revelation, I do believe what he said is true, was written for the Jews, right? For the Muslims, the non-Christ believing, respecting. They don't respect. This is the difference. They don't respect Jesus Christ. They don't have the spirit of belief in God. They just want, this really inverted reality that they're trying to maintain. So yeah, it is a very anti-Semitic video because it's, just coming down to the wire. So World War I, yeah, all these Jews killed a bunch of Aryans, like my people. And then what's interesting about the figure Kaiser Wilhelm, he was half Jewish, but he hated his Jewish family. Probably for reasons you would suspect, right? Just ordinary reasons as to why you would hate Jewish Satanists or people that profess Judaism, but they are acting very anti-Christ. Maybe they're wicked, maybe they're abusive, maybe they're pedophiles. These other religions are very pedophilic, and they promote pedophilia or they turn a blind eye to pedophilia. That's why I say the world is run by pedophiles. Because these other religions, like Muhammad married a 9-year-old, so all these Muslims are like thinking like, yeah, pedophilia. And some Muslims don't ever think about it, but they're all lumping themselves in the same religion, in the same herd, in the same cult, and there's no checks and balances. You could be best friends with a full-blown pedophile criminal, really, like offshore criminal. And just you would have no idea, right? Because they don't value the things that God values. These people have ignorantly turned to Satan and the cult and the herd to uphold the appearances of the day-to-day life or whatever it is they find more important in the world than serving God and God's will, women and children, love. So Kaiser Wilhelm was half Jewish, but hated his Jewish family, like stabbed his uncle in the hand. It was like a problematic, like suppressed anger as a kid because he hated his Jewish family. Anyways, he had a hand in World War I, though he was an adult. He was emperor of World War I still, and he was the emperor in World War II. During the genocide of World War I, there were some larger, probably off-planet militaries that wanted to assist, like off and on planet, larger militaries that wanted to assist in ending World War I and avoiding World War II. And Kaiser Wilhelm, being the Emperor of Germany, fired the officer of that military. Like he was contracted out to help mitigate the damage done by the Jews and the Aryans in retaliation. But Kaiser Wilhelm, in the position of power that he was in, he was able to fire that man. I have a memoir, sent him into a deep depression, by the way, because he had to just sit and watch World War II become what it became. So as a result of killing all the Aryans in World War I, Kaiser Wilhelm didn't want to, hold on one sec. Hey, Norma. Hold on one sec. I think there's an emergency with the dog. Oh, it's so sad. My neighbor can't find her dog. Mochi's a little teddy bear Yorkie. Okay, I'm gonna have to finish this and then go help her. So anyways, then the events transpire into World War II. So then there's a Jewish genocide. Okay, so like Since then, the world's been run by the Windsor family, all these Satanists, all these pedophiles, right? The Romanovs were not that. They were the divine rule. They were the upright family. They were a good family. Um, and that they were murdered in World War One, leading into World War Two. Like none of these wars ever ended. They're just shifting and changing. So here we are again. Now there's unification warring happening behind the scenes, leading to this final moment. Now it does feel like in America, sort of like the spirit of Germany, just waiting to be invaded by Hitler. And there's like this pridefulness of, I mean, because it wasn't like Kaiser Wilhelm so easily wanted to hand Germany over to Hitler. But I guess at some point it kind of became like a no-brainer because I guess the Jews were getting out of control. I mean, what were the reasons for Hitler invading Germany? Something about Jews, but Jews exterminated Aryans in World War II. So the Jews come into Germany running amok. Kaiser Wilhelm, being half Jewish, hating his Jewish family, always being more loyal to his other family. That he was Tsar Nicholas's cousin. So that's where you get the half Jew. Tsar Nicholas was not Jewish. That was his cousin, direct cousin. It was Queen Victoria's kids. The soap opera of the war is far more relatable than the actual historical events themselves. And history repeats. So we're sitting in this energy of this repeating energy. Like it's this final like repeating moment. Like it has to come to an end. Like things never got settled. They never kind of worked themselves out since World War II. You would think because he killed all the Aryans in World War One, killed the Romanovs, and then World War II killed all the Jews, but we still had the Windsors in power. We still have these Satanists in power up until modern day. So yeah, apparently like enough wasn't done because we still have this horrible like in just this like our government is so bad worldwide, right? The big ass war machine is so big, it's so bad, and the pornography machine, just the sex and death cult, so big, it's so bad. And so the job is not done, right? It's not finished. So it feels like that energy just, and maybe there's a pridefulness about Americans, these patriots that are just like, no, America, patriots. But I'm like, no, dude, like I side with the soups. I love Michael Bastian came up with a shorter version of super soldier. Just call them soups. I side with the soups. Like there's like nothing to hold on to, and it's kind of just this, like, you just want to like shake the men and be like, just give up, like, just stop, right? Like, stop trying to hold on to this American government so bad. Just let the soups invade, let the soups do their thing so we can regroup and we can do whatever it is we need to do following the events of the invasion. There is just this energy like Kaiser Wilhelm, like, just let Hitler invade. What the hell are you waiting for? Like, why would you stop him? I don't think he just forced himself into Germany. I think Kaiser Wilhelm really had to be like, okay, like, call it. It's done. It's time. Okay, do what you got to do because these Jews are getting out of control. And they're breeding like rabbits, and the Aryans aren't breeding, and the Aryans all just died in World War One. So, yeah, I think I made my point. That's what this energy feels like. And let me check my notes. Yeah, covered the notes. I'm gonna go help my neighbor. That's so sad. Oh my gosh. Because her little dog doesn't run off. Alrighty. I actually look well. Well, it's because I'm just recording this after work, having a normal day at work, not just, I don't know, right after I wake up before I go to bed. All right, that's that. You're the right kind of people. Love y'all so much. Have a beautiful night. Talk to you again really soon.